So often when families and students come into Cascade, the student has been dealing with some pretty severe anxiety, some pretty severe OCD. And at that point, the family usually feels pretty lost and pretty hopeless. And I could be the fourth, fifth therapist that they've worked with. And I think it's really important and valuable to start where the client's at every time. So I really work with the students to get them to a place where they feel passionate about helping themselves and implementing the tools that we can give them here. I think my biggest inspiration has been my family, and especially with my dad too, who he himself struggles with OCD, and being able to see him put in so much hard work in helping himself learn skills to be able to just manage day-to-day stuff. He's inspired me a lot to get into this field specifically with OCD and anxiety, to be able to see how he got help and how much of a difference it made for him. Really was a powerful experience, and I wanted to be able to help other people who have in the past been misdiagnosed or not gotten the proper treatment, be able to finally get the proper treatment and live their lives to the fullest. People need family support. They have to have it. It's so crucial in being able to recover. Being able to be gentle, be kind in your approach, I think is very important, and be upfront about things that need to change. And it's important for families and students that come in to be open to hearing that feedback. So we deal with both OCD and anxiety here, and there is a difference between the two, although they often present in the same way. OCD often, can be more hidden than anxiety at times, because sometimes there's obsessions and compulsions happening within a person's head, and they're not able to vocalize it and recognize it as obsessions and compulsions. And being able to have the correct diagnosis and know what we're looking at, and having students be able to identify, oh, this is an obsession, right? Or this feels like an intrusive thought. Be able to identify that and know the skills that they can use to deal with that. Super life-changing for them. Being around someone who's suffering so much with OCD and not knowing what it is and not knowing how to approach it is very, very difficult. One skill that I often fall back on here is radical acceptance. It's a skill I work on teaching every student that comes into my office, right, is radical acceptance. And it's an incredibly hard skill to master and incredibly important. If you can master radical acceptance, it can be life-changing. So radical acceptance is this idea that we completely, fully accept our reality as it is right now. And what we often see with students is that they're fighting reality. If they're not accepting that I'm dealing with this mental health issue, they're not accepting that I'm at Cascade, that I'm living in a residential treatment center, that I'm away from my family, and being able to get them to a place where they can fully accept where they're at is where the real change can start to happen, of being able to move forward. Anxiety doesn't always come with compulsions, right? Often intrusive thoughts are part of anxiety, but the obsessions, the fixation on certain things, and the compulsions don't always accompany anxiety, where that's always present for OCD. ERP is exposure response prevention. It is a huge model we use here at Cascade, a huge therapy modality that we implement, and it is the idea that we are taking the thing that is scary for the student and exposing them to it on a regular basis. For families of people dealing with OCD, super important to get your own education on it would be a big first step. Being able to receive more knowledge about what it looks like, how it presents, so you yourself can recognize when obsessions are coming up, when compulsions are coming up, and be able to recognize how we can step back from feeding those things further, right? Because often we want to rescue, or someone with OCD might be asking us to do something for them, and we might not even realize they're asking us to carry out a compulsion, right? Change can't happen without acceptance first.